The Champions League draw has been made here, and Folk Football is about to cover it at you. It's not quite live, but we're here straight after it.
Celtic, close enough to live, I mean.
It's live. It's live as it's going to get. 8-second delay, but Celtic were first out the hat in pot 4, out the ball. And they got quite an easy, well, I say easy group. They got a group you can make it out of.
A group where you can achieve a top 2 finish, I think it's fair to say.
Yes, so if you look at Group F, guys, right over here, they got Real Madrid. Alright, Real Madrid, reigning champions. I think Real Madrid's going for 18.
But this is a glamour tie, so I think you'd like Real Madrid. Remember watching Ryan 118 yesterday saying that he wanted Real Madrid?
Yeah.
Even though they want to qualify, he wanted Real Madrid as like the pot 1 team. I can understand that. I don't think we've seen Celtic Real Madrid.
Because of course, like, you're going to make a lot more money taking on a team like Real Madrid.
It's just memorable. You're going to remember a night at Celtic Park against Real Madrid, aren't you? Win, lose or draw. I mean,
the Bernabeu.
You're not really going to remember FC Salzburg as much, like, but you know,
it is what it is. They also got Leipzig. Of course, Leipzig, I believe, finished second last year or third?
Second,
so they finished second. Made it to the Europa League semis. Rangers put them out. So Leipzig they're definitely beatable, and I think it's going to be between the other 3 behind Real Madrid. Shakhtar Donetsk, I mean, they haven't really been training.
Like, these are all
nothing like that, so
they're all good teams, but you just have to be real. The teams that were available, they're 2 of the more winnable teams.
Yeah, like Celtic could have literally got
like I
Group C, you know what I mean?
Like for me, Shakhtar Donetsk and Red Bull Leipzig are still favourites to beat Celtic.
Yeah,
but purely on I mean, you would rather come up against those 2 than come up against like whoever else was in those groups. You'd rather take on Shakhtar than take on Inter. I mean, you would rather take on Leipzig than take on Barca or Liverpool. That's what it is, you know what I mean? So
it is what it is. So that's the Celtic group wrapped up. Group F. On to the Rangers group. It was between A and C they could have got.
They got A. I think if you get C, you're pretty much eliminated, like.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, it's 3 ties against fucking 3 giants. Could you imagine though, you've got that Rangers package, you get to go to the 3 games, and this is the 3 games you get to watch. Bayern, Barca, and Inter Milan. I mean, you couldn't, from a fan standpoint, from a experience standpoint, you couldn't ask for much more than that. But it would be hard to see Rangers getting anything other than 4th place in that group. Whereas I believe in Group A, I think there's a lot more they can do. You've obviously got the Battle of Britain, Scotland versus England against Liverpool. I think that'll be some atmosphere. Ajax are a good team, but again, one of the weaker sides of the pot 1, apart from Porto and Leipzig, I'd have to say Ajax are the team you're looking to get. And for pot 3, Napoli, they're probably one of the better teams for pot 3, but I still think Napoli are a team that Rangers will think they can get results against. So, I mean, overall, I'm looking at that group, and I think Rangers are favourites to finish 4th, but I would much rather go at Group A than go at Group C.
Yeah, it's as simple as that. I mean, I think every game in this tie, they can get something if they turn up.
Yeah.
And the same goes for Celtic. Well, I feel like in Group C, even because Liverpool aren't good at the minute, if you turn up in Group C, I mean, I know Barca ain't what they were, but I feel like against Bayern Munich, it doesn't matter what you do at the Allianz, you're going to get pumped.
I feel like Rangers could, on a one-off game, beat the 3 teams from Group C, but I just wouldn't see them getting accumulating enough points to get them out of it.
Yeah, definitely.
Any team's beatable. So that's what it is.
It is what it is, but we'll break down the other groups that we don't really care about. Group B, Atletico Madrid, Porto, Bayer Leverkusen, Club Brugge, kind of just teams not of a similar level, but it's kind of just a consistent step down, isn't it?
Yeah.
Group C, like we talked about, 3 big boys, and then Victoria Pleasant, they're going to lose all 6 games. They'll probably park the bus in every game, but they're probably just happy to be there. Group D, the group that most teams would have wanted, being a pot 4 team, Frankfurt, Spurs, Lisbon, Marseille. Spurs will win this, I think.
You say that, but I mean, I could see all 3 of those teams beating Spurs.
True.
I think that could be a real tight group. It's hard to predict who's going through.
Definitely, but Conte, I think, I've got more faith in him than that guy that was in for Wolves. Group E, AC Milan, Chelsea, Salzburg, and Dynamo Zagreb.
It looks like it's going to be a battle between Chelsea and AC for top spot, then a battle between Salzburg and Dynamo Zagreb for first spot.
Yep.
See, I think that's the kind of group where if Celtic or Rangers got, maybe you're conceding you can't get out of it in the top two, but you've got a really, really good chance of third place. So, we'll see. Interesting.
Group G, City, Sofia, Dortmund, Copenhagen. A tough enough group, but again, it's like of a similar level to Group A, isn't it? Probably just a bit better.
Yeah, I'd say it's a wee bit better.
You know what I mean? But yeah, Group H, we get PSG, Juventus, Benfica. Again, a similar level to those sort of ones, but probably even a bit better.
I would say this is the strongest Champions League field I've seen in a while. I think the last few years the Champions League's been a bit weak.
Because Celtic and Rangers are back in it.
Maybe it is. Maybe just having those two teams in it makes it look a lot better. But
they add so much fucking name value.
Could be that, but
could be that.
No, I mean a lot of these are good groups. You know, these are just good groups. But I would say that Group D looks like a Europa League group, man. That's all I will say. I think Spurs are a team I associate with the Europa League more than the Champions League. I would say the same about Sporting Lisbon, and I'd say the same about Frankfurt. I'd probably even say the same about Marseille. To me, Group D, I think that Group D could have easily come out the pots tomorrow, and you wouldn't have bat an eyelid.
No, but the question is, will Hearts be in the group tomorrow?
Don't know, find out tonight. Big match, Hearts versus Zurich at Tynecastle. We're only a couple of hours away. Review will be on the channel. And, well, I don't know if Hearts don't win. Like, the review might not make the channel, but
it'll make it. There'll be a Linfield review. There'll be a Zurich review. And on that note,
peace.
Oh hell yeah.